What's going on? So this is the backpacking video I was talking about in my winter trip or cold weather trip planning. We had a change of plans. Originally we were going to go to West Virginia, finish the Dolly Sods, and then not everybody can make it, so we decided not to do that. And then Panda and I were going to go out to Indiana and meet up with AOK, with Tack and Brenda, and then that got canceled, so we're not going out of state. We're actually in Pennsylvania, and Panda and I are going to do the North Loop of the Black Forest Trail. Unfortunately, Dragon's got to work this weekend, so he can't join us. It is Black Friday. It is, it just stopped snowing. It was snowing pretty good when we got here. I don't know if you can see off on the distance here. It's snowing up on that little mountain. But, you know, we're right outside of Slate Run, Pennsylvania, in the Tyodotin State Forest. This is a 42-mile loop. We're not doing 42. We're doing 20-ish. That's the plan. We're going to do we're going to do clockwise. And I think that's the mountain we're going to climb right off the bat. We got to get up on top of that. So we're going to get the big climb for the day out of the way first. And we're just going to have some fun. We're going to see how it goes. Weather is supposed to be sunny right now, which it's not. Surprise. And it wasn't supposed to snow until Sunday. It's Friday now. But we're already getting snow. I brought no rain gear because it wasn't supposed to do anything. So we're going to see what happens. But it should be fun. Yeah, it should be a fun time. I think that's the one we got climber off the bat. Huh? I think that's what we got climber off the bat. That? No, this one over here to the right. It'll be fun. So, made a couple changes to the gear that I had in the video. I brought my chair. I left the hammock chair in the pad at home. I brought my camp chair since we're going to be, you know, in PA, and we might be spending more time at camp. And I changed out my tarp. Instead of the small tarp, I brought my big one because it could be wind, and now with it snowing already, might not be a bad idea. Other than that, pretty much unchanged. All right, Black Forest Trail. Let's see what we got. Oh, and this is ranked as one of the hardest trails in Pennsylvania, and this was Panda's idea to come out here. So when we hear the complaining about how hard it is, for me probably, it's all Panda's fault. Yep. Yep. 30 seconds later, now the sun's out. Pennsylvania weather. It was snowing so hard when we pulled in here. We haven't even gotten our packs on and it's completely changed. Blue skies. It's sunny. All right. We're leaving the car. This is actually the main... I gotta get used to the different boots. This is actually the main parking lot trailhead for the Black Forest. Down in the town of Slate Run, which is down that way, is the Pine Creek Rail Trail parking, which is a much bigger lot, and a lot of people will use that. There's a hotel down there, and there's also a general store. We stopped at the general store. They're closed, probably for Black Friday. And the hotel looked like it was closed as well. I think it's more of like a seasonal hotel. But we're now officially on our way on the Black Forest Trail. This is also directly behind me on the other side of the river. It's really shaky. You feel it clunking around. On the other side of the Pine Creek Gorge, back there, is the Golden Eagle Trail that I did a couple of years ago. And oddly enough, me and Rocco did that trail, and then without really talking about it, next week Panda and Smitty, Roman Gnome, went out and did it, and they're like, oh, we did this really cool trail out there, the Golden Eagle. I'm like, yeah, I just did that too. I gotta remember, I don't have the Merrills on. These don't flex like they do. I just slipped like 3 times already. So the Black Forest Trail, we'll come back this way. But we're gonna head clockwise. And so I'm wearing my Nordiv insulated and waterproof boots with my sealskins, because there are a few water crossings on this trail and it's been a wet year, so I just assumed it's gonna get wet. I gotta remember that because these do not flex like my Merrells, so I'm already slipping in them because I don't have the maneuverability. I'll get used to it now. So we're almost a mile in. We're almost to our turn. This is what we're gonna come down on the last day. We're gonna come down that and wrap around back up to the car. That's what I thought we were gonna go up. But we actually go up here and we turn, we go up this side instead. But there's a bunch of campsites marked on the map. Some of them are you need a permit for, and I actually printed up the map and taped it up to laminate it. So we got a paper map. I got it on the phone too. But some of these campsites are marked with an asterisk, which means you gotta have a permit for, and they seem to be at spots that are easy to access, these permit ones. So I'm guessing they're like the kind of like the Pinchot, Manny Gordon sites. You have to have a permit for them. But if there's nobody in this one up here that's at the turn, I want to check it out and see what they're like. This is gorgeous though. So we're about 20 miles or so southwest of the West Rim Trail where we were a couple months ago. This is the same creek that runs through here. This is the same gorge that winds up turning into the Grand Canyon, Pennsylvania. And this runs all the way down to Lock Haven, PA, which is probably another, I think like 30 miles maybe south. So it's a very long section. There's a rail trail that goes through all the way from Wellsboro down to Lock Haven. And there is a trail over on this side. This is the Algerine, I think it's called, wild area up on this side. And there's a trail that cuts across that takes you over to the West Rim. So if you wanted to, you could start on the Black Forest Trail, hike around to that side, go across that Algerine trail over to the West Rim Trail, and then connect that if you want to do like a long distance trail. We're also not far from the Mid-State Trail, which is like 250 miles. And that goes north to south through Pennsylvania. I've hiked a little bit of that a few years ago when I was down at Little Pine State Park. Not a few miles, not much. But lots of options out here for hiking and backpacking. And this is that Pennsylvania Wilds region that I talk about so much, that I love. Because there's just so much space and so few people. All right, we should be almost to this turn. Should be right up here around the corner. We'll go check out that campsite. We are at our turn. So I'm guessing that campsite's on the other side of this ravine. The trail, I think, goes straight across. So I won't go over and check that out. That's where it is. Stayed pretty nice so far. Some beautiful water features here. But we're about ready to start our climb. So I might switch you guys over. Oh, I didn't put it on. I was gonna switch over to chest mount. I got it in pack, but I didn't put it on. This climbing's gonna get a little crazy, I think. That's okay. Once you get this climb out of the way,
It's like 1,000 feet we gotta climb. Once that climb's out of the way, that's pretty much our worst climb for the day. We're gonna go across the ridge. We're gonna go down a gully or a ravine, come back up, stay on a ridge for a little bit, then drop down to where we think we're gonna camp in that area. So really one tough climb, looks like, for today, and then one tough one for tomorrow when we get up on that ridge. A couple small ones, and we could be completely wrong about that. It could be just tough climbs left and right. But according to the map, looks like 2 really tough ones and a few intermittently tough ones. Yeah. For me, these boots don't bend like my Merrells do. Like, I don't have the ankle movement that I normally have.
Yeah. Grab a pole here. Yeah, I would say. You gonna pull out one of the side. Oh, this side.
All right, so if you're coming clockwise, you get this first road crossing, you come up and you go make a right, and then right past the turn is where you get back on the trail. It's not blazed real well right here. You just happen to see that faded blaze there, but there's that campsite. I'm not going to go over there, but if you get to the campsite, you've gone too far. Oh, there's a blaze right there. And the Black Forest Trail is an orange blaze trail, so it follows the normal blazing convention of Pennsylvania state forests, where orange is a hiking backpacking trail. So I'll probably see some blue trails, some red trails, and some yellow trails. That's usually the blazes they use. Red trail would be like mixed use horse and like ski motor, or maybe ATVs. I don't know if they allow them out here. Yellow trails would be like local trails, just spurs, and then blue trails would normally be like cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, things like that. The climb has begun, and the snow's starting again. Gorgeous out here, though. A grouse? Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna see some grouse out here. I just jumped up in front of Panda and scared the crap out of her. They'll get you every time.
That one section.
Yeah, that, what's that called? Ravine rock or something like that? So I don't know if that snow is coming through on the GoPro. It's not snowing hard, it's just kind of flurrying, but I take snow over rain when it's cold any day. So we are, I don't know, how far are we right now? Almost 1,200 feet. We'll probably be 1,200 feet by the time we get to the top of that rock formation, if we go right up over it. But we're coming to the first vista, and from what I've seen, this vista gives you the best view of the gorge, like up and down, like all the way up and down the gorge along the whole trail. So we might get a pretty nice view here. We're just taking our time. One very important thing in the winter, everybody wants to stay warm, but you don't want to get too warm. So when you're doing an ascent like this, take your time, manage your heat, your body temperature, because if you start sweating, that's really bad later. So we're just taking our time. We got 3 days out here. So we're almost to the Vista here. Got this really cool rock outcropping. Now, like I said, we're not far from the Little Pine State Park, where I did that hike that was suggested by the ranger in the Tyodotin on the other side of the river. And it had a lot of rock formations like this. This is kind of similar to that and very reminiscent of the Golden Eagle, which is only like 2 miles away. Lots of rock formations like this out here. Very cool. We'll get up there and take a closer look.
Yeah, we only have a bit to go.
Yeah, made it to the first Vista. We're about maybe just under halfway to the top. You can see, oh, I'm stuck. See, we gotta go up there yet. So that was one of the steep spots that we just came up. I came up over that edge right there. Kinda, yeah, we're gonna go up and we're gonna go across a little bit. And then we're gonna take that road and cut over the ski trails to cut out the south end. So the Black Forest Trail, that is Hemlock Mountain right there that we're looking at, I believe.
So the south end's that way.
Yeah. Yeah, we're like about 1350 right now in elevation, but if you're looking up towards Wellsboro there,
Buddy, I bet you that's a trail over there.
down towards Lock Haven that way.
Right in that little aisle.
That could be. Yeah, because we're gonna come down that, so that might be the trail. I don't know if we're. I don't know.
Is that a flat area?
Yeah,
That might be.
it could be. I don't know how far up the mountain we go. It could be the overlook. It could be where we're camping on the last night. But I imagine this is gorgeous in the fall when the colors are out.
The fall foliage.
Yeah. Yeah, this is nice so far. So we got a little bit more climbing to do. And then we'll stay up on that ridge for a little while. And then we're gonna go down to a certain spot, take a forest road over to some ski trails. They're gonna cut us across Route 44, take us to another ski trail, which is gonna take us over to the back side of the Black Forest. Otherwise you'd go all the way down, cut down into these, go up, go out a little bit, go all the way out around the back and come in. So we're gonna cut out about 20 miles of the trail by doing that. But then we're gonna go along the back side, down over here somewhere, up that side, and across. So we still got a ways to go, but it's still only 2 hours, or an hour and a half into the hike so far. So we're doing good. And this is why this area is called Slate Run. Look at all the slate. We're gonna go up this spine. This is really cool. I love hikes like this. Working our way up the spine, and we're starting to see evidence of the snow sticking around up here. We're not going to come across inches of snow, I don't think, but might get up here and see a little bit of a dusting still. So the spots on the other side, it looked like it was, the ground was covered a little bit. I bet this is gorgeous in the summer, but I love being able to see out through the twigs and the sticks.
Yeah.
One more review.
No, it's probably really pretty in the winter.
Yeah.
The snow everywhere.
This trail is known for rattlesnakes. We probably won't see any this time of year, although we thought that on the old loggers path, which isn't too terribly far away from here. When we were out there with backpacking with Jason, and it was like in the 40s and raining, we saw some rattlesnakes. So it's not impossible, but highly unlikely. But we'll just keep our eyes open, especially in these rocky spots. There's a ton of bailouts on this trail too, so there's spots you can drive up some of these forest roads, just park, hike in some of the side trails, get up to some of these campsites. So you don't have to do the full loop. You can make any number of loops and day hikes that you want out here. Ooh, red pines. And they're turning red. Yeah, so there's a lot of options out here. If the weather turns more than we're expecting, there's easy ways to get out of here and get back down to the car. Either on trails or forest roads. I mean, road hikes suck, but if you gotta get out in an emergency, a lot of options. Love it out here. I've said this a couple times. Areas to backpack that I love: Catskills and PA Wilds. They're close, and there's other spots. The Adirondacks is great, Vermont's great. Haven't been up to backpack in New Hampshire yet, but I'm sure that's great. But these are close. Took us what, 2 hours to get here? 2.5?
2 hours, 20 minutes.
2 hours and 20 minutes. Not bad. And we left early. We left at like 5:45, so we were out here by 8:30. And that was with a stop for gas, a stop for batteries, and a stop to check, see if the general store was open. So, really not that bad. So many cool rock formations here. There's cool rocks growing on them. And this, I can never remember the name of this fungus. That stuff. So this isn't, so far it's not a bad climb, but I'm definitely glad we're climbing this instead of coming down it. I think this on the last day would suck.
When your legs are jello.
And it's snowing because it's supposed to snow. I don't know what the other side looks like from what we saw in the videos we watched. That other side looks a little more gradual, a little less rocky, but I guess we'll find out. You can never really tell by videos. We'll find out though. Got lots of leaves. So we just crested the last of the steep ascent. We still got about maybe about 200 feet, maybe a little less of vertical feet to go, but it gets much more gradual like this. We have like a this hill, then maybe another one past that, and then it starts to level off. Up top there's a campsite with a Vista, so we figure we'll stop there for a break, cool down a little bit, have a snack, and then head across the plateau or the top of the mountain that we're gonna be on. It looks like a little bit of a forest road, so it should be a pretty easy hike, hopefully. Nothing that we saw in the videos we watched looked too difficult on this side. So we'll do that, and then either at before the next, or the first descent, or at the bottom of that descent. There's a campsite at the top and the bottom. We figure we'll probably stop there for lunch. And then we gotta climb another plateau and then a descent to get to where we were thinking about setting up camp. That should take us about 8 miles. So that's our minimum distance is 8 miles today. And we'll see how we feel once we get over there. And if you want to go further. The further we go today, the less we have to do the next 2. And we can just take our time and enjoy it. And we're not rushing now. So we made it to our first Vista. And this is where we're gonna, or not our first Vista, our second Vista. And this is where we're gonna stop for our first break. This has a real heavy Catskills vibe here. You got some views, just the trees. Looking up the gorge. There's a campsite right in here somewhere. But we're gonna stop here for a break, snack, and then continue on. Oh, don't mind my chewing. But on the trail, I'm like, where's this campsite? It's like Pinchot right here. A couple of logs, fire pit. This is the trail. It turns right here. So this would be a good tent site, but no hammock spots here. Nope, no hammock spots. Nice view though. Break time is over, and we're walking back into the snow. It looks like it was just like little styrofoam balls bouncing off, as you can see on the trail there. It's like a real frozen snow, like puffy frozen rain. But that wind is cold. Wind is cold. So we might make an executive decision up here. We get up to right before the descent. The descent takes us nowhere. It just takes us down to a water crossing and then back up over on the other side. There is a cut around trail that we might use. We'll see what it looks like when we get to it. There's no point in doing a ravine for no reason if we can get around it and stay up on the ridge. So we did our big climb. We got actually, I think we don't have another one until tomorrow then if we skip this one. Yep. So we'll see. Oh, here comes the snow again.
Snow and rain.
Oh yeah, when it's cold like this, I have to take snow over rain any day. Any day. If this is rain, I'd be turning around right now. I would not be happy. All right, so we're hiking along, and we come to Forest Hollow Camp. Is this a sign here? There's a sign here. What do you got? Foster Hollow Memoriam. Oh, that's cool. Maybe members of this is probably like a hunt club, I'm guessing. Pretty cool little cabin.
Oh, that's a cool name. Hermfish.
Hermfish.
Dick
How
Holler.
about Al Friends?
Oh.
Dick Hubler.
Yeah.
All right. So this is our executive decision we gotta make. We can take the trail.
Over there. I see an orange blaze.
Okay, past the camp here. Oh, I'm pointing wrong. So we can either take the trail past the camp here, go down to that hollow, which is Foster Hollow, and then back up, which is. So the battery died. So
funny.
we can go that way, down into the hollow and back up, which is just going to take us back over here. Or we take this road, which skips the climb and the descent and climb for no reason, which is what we think we're going to do. So that's our executive decision. Oh, there's some blaze over there, some turning blaze.
I see the turning blaze, and then if you follow it, there's a tree right
Oh yeah,
there,
and there's one.
And then down there.
And then down there. Yeah, so you go across that way. So we're going to take the road out to I gotta look in the map. A road to I think a ski trail back over to where this comes up out of the hollow, and then over to another road, over to another ski trail, across back over to the Black Forest Trail. So we gotta make our cut across from this side over to the back side to make the north loop. That's what we're gonna do. So we just came down that. You can see the orange blaze right there. That's the section of trail we cut out that goes down that ravine and then back up to here. So we just cut that out. Cuts out about half a mile of trail. We could stay on this road. We're basically gonna hike parallel to it, but I'd rather be on a trail than the road. Then we're gonna take this down to the next junction and then head over to like another forest road over to some, I think there's ski trails, which will take us to Route 44, across 44, another ski trail. I think it's the Blackberry Trail I think we get on, and then it'll take us back over to this. So we've gone through a bunch of different forest systems. Now we're in like a coniferous forest here. A little more snow on the ground. And we're real close, maybe a minute or two from getting off the Black Forest, heading south. And we'll cut across those ski trails and jump back on the Black Forest Trail over on the backside. This is it's gorgeous in here. Yeah, we'll cross the old mountain road. So Black Forest, we just came down this way, and Black Forest keeps going that way to go south, but we're turning up this way. We're gonna cross over, then go that way, where Black Forest loops back around. So we're gonna cut out 20 miles of this trail, basically. That's a beautiful little spot with the snow. Don't get excited, it's not a waterfall, it's a culvert on the road, but that's gorgeous. So, just looking at the map, this is our turn right here. We're gonna get onto the ski trail, and we're gonna eat our lunch. But there's also, once you get to 44, there is the Black Forest Inn, I think it's called, right up the road. So we might eat and then get over there, because we just have like cold lunches, and maybe stop in. I've never done, you've never done that, right? You never stopped on a trail and stopped at a restaurant?
Nope.
So it might be something new to do. Something different, and I'm sure they're used to it out here. I just don't know if they're gonna be open. So we'll eat a late lunch now, what we were planning on, and maybe we'll stop. So this is our turn into the ski trails. So, much snowier than we were expecting. But honestly, super happy. I love hiking and camping in the snow. You're not eating?
I just ate like a shit ton of peanuts.
Oh, yeah. A whole bunch of peanuts. That'll last you.
Yeah, my trail mix.
I just ate my turkey sausage and Colby Jack. I'm having some crackers. And who knows, I might stop at the Black Forest Inn and have something, warm up a little bit and have some real food. All right, that's the Blackberry Trail. That's the one we're gonna take to get back over to the Black Forest Trail. We just finished up with the Pine Loop, I think it's called. That part of the ski trail. But we're gonna head up here. Had signal, was able to look online, and it looks like this place is open. So like up there by that big pine, you can see that. It looks like that's about where the Black Forest Inn is. And we're gonna go see what they got. It says they got food. So we'll see if we can get some food. Not something I've ever done. Stopped in the middle of a through hike or not a through hike, but a backpacking trip to go get food. But it's something new every day. All right, we made it to the Black Forest Inn.
Where we're gonna stay for the night.
It is open. Yeah, they do. They do have hotel rooms here. So, worst comes to worst, we only got like a mile hike back out to this. And there are cars here. So we're gonna stop in and have a bite. Something hot to drink, maybe. All right. Hopefully they let us in with the backpacks. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Yeah, this looks like more of them.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're in the Black Forest Inn. Nice. Everyone here thinks we're crazy. So what do you think of the hardest trail in Pennsylvania?
I've definitely, the old logger's path is harder than this right now. No, the western was harder than this right now, too.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's parts that are really difficult. We haven't seen them yet. And I mean, we're at a
freaking restaurant right now. So,
Dinner.
having a beer, a coffee. I'm gonna have a meatball parm here with a chicken cheesesteak.
Yeah.
Tough. This is a tough one. Roughing it on the Black Forest Trail.
Brought the jet boil for nothing.
And I just ate lunch too. Now there's the wind. All right. It was a lot nicer inside. So we just finished up at the Black Forest Inn. Highly recommend it if you're out here. Route 44 in the town of Black Forest. Definitely worth checking out.
You left me cook my own meal.
Let you cook your own liar. Good food. They got some beers in there. They filled up Panda's water bottle. They got pie. It's warm. And really not bad prices either for being on a hiking trail.
Considering I got 2 things of tea. I got the chicken cheesesteak, pie, and a beer. And it was like 26 bucks.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So it's been snowing consistently. It was supposed to have stopped about 5 hours ago, but it's not really sticking. You want to cross the road now? Yeah. We'll head back down to where we came out of the ski trail, and it's only about a quarter mile, if that. And what did one lady ask us? If we're on the Susquehanna Trail?
Yeah.
We're like, no, we're on the Black Forest. She's like, oh, we're out here, we're doing it too, but we're in a camper. A little bit different. Yeah, people are looking at us like we're nuts in there.
I told you, we're not stinky this time. We called breakfast tomorrow.
Yeah. They wouldn't deliver. That's say delivered on the campsite. But there's a gas station up here. I don't know if that's even open. I don't know. That's about all of town we've seen. But not bad. I mean, first time I've ever stopped at a restaurant in the middle of a backpacking trip, so not so bad.
I know, but I gorged myself, so now I'm going to pay the price this next mile.
Oh God, I didn't even want to get up and start hiking. It's so full.
You had to adjust your belt.
Yeah. In the middle of eating, I'm like, oh, belt's got to come off. You fat. It's a big hoagie.
I warmed up.
Yeah. Well, I don't. It feels like it might have warmed up. Actually, looking at the weather, it hasn't. It's actually gotten colder. It's only about 30 right now.
Yeah, but I mean, being in there, I was able to warm up.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. We warmed up. We got plenty of calories now to stay warm, and we only got about a mile or so in the camp.
So the negative to it is the weight I have is what I'm gonna have tomorrow too.
Yeah. Let's eat second dinner.
I did
Could eat second dinner.
a midnight snack.
So this is how odd of a trip this has been. I had Thanksgiving dinner for breakfast, and then meatball parm in the middle of the trail. So that's all new, but fun so far. Gotta have fun when you're not doing these things. You only live once. So we're gonna get back onto the Black Cherry Trail, and it'll take us back over to the Black Forest Trail. And then the only really hard part we have right now is the ascent down in the camp, and then we're pretty flat until we do our big ascent tomorrow, and we'll be all set. We're gonna stop talking, start moving, build up a little more heat, and we'll be good. Get out of this wind, will be nice. Yeah, it's got labeled differently. So on the map, this is labeled as a Blackberry Trail.
Yeah.
And I know at the one end, I saw in the one video it was labeled as a Blackberry, but the guy called the Pine Bog. It's just a continuation of that. So this will take us right back to the Black Forest Trail. Snowy. It's nice. Pretty. Got some snow. Whoa, hey, muddy. Got some snow building up on the trees. Off the Blackberry Trail, back onto the Black Forest. That takes you south. We're going north. We're gonna take this for a little while, and this has been flat since yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna stay on this until we get to the next descent, which should be like 400 feet, I think we gotta drop. Then we'll be down the ravine by a creek, and a bunch of camps down there. So we got about an hour and a half left of sun before it sets. But it's nice and cloudy over there, so it might start getting dark a little earlier. We got plenty of time. And we really don't have to worry about making dinner. I don't think. I'm still full. Are you really? No. That wouldn't surprise me. This coming from the one who ordered a full-size pizza in New York for herself.
I forgot what state I was in.
Yeah. Well, if you're unfamiliar, in New York, a whole pizza is about 3 feet across. It took up the entire table. The lady thought we were joking when she ordered like a pizza. What'd you order? A pizza?
Garlic knot.
Garlic knots and something else, right? Like a salad or something?
Yeah.
And she's like, okay. I'm like, oh no, that's just for her. And the lady thought I was joking. I'm like, no, seriously, that's just for her. She's like, really? Huh?
That was before I was pregnant.
You sure? You seem like you're eating for two. That was funny. All right. This is not recording much back here because this is what we got the whole time. This is a ski trail. Well, no, we're back on the backpacking trail, but it's been like this the whole time. So there's supposed to be a vista right there, but it's pretty overgrown. Looks like some trees are down. Oh, maybe it's here. But we're gonna go. Oh, okay, here it is. That was not the vista. So from here, we can almost see where we're gonna camp, I think.
I'll take it.
It's not bad.
Oh, now would be a great time lapse. Look at that.
That would be pretty cool.
Video that.
So we're gonna head down and camp down there.
There's a little nipply button. So worth it. Opt outside.
That is cool out there. Let's see. Google camera, do your thing.
I hope my picture turned out really good for that. Yeah, look at the sun rays.
Nice. That's what I got. Yeah?
Ooh, a good signal.
Yeah, I got that pretty decent too. I think you got better rays than yours.
Mm. Yeah.
Going. So this is our descent right now. Yep. Here, get a Panda pole. There you go. Alright, so yeah, this is our descent. We're heading all the way down to the bottom. It's probably about 400 feet of descent. I don't know if it's all like this, but I can see a blaze right there on that tree. So, looks like we do a big chunk real fast and maybe it gets gradual. But I'm gonna put the camera away while I'm doing this, so you know, don't fall. Man, really glad we're not camping up on top. That wind is nasty right now. This is mad. Yep, I'm staying back a little bit.
I think that person got down here and was like, nope. Went back up.
Alright, so by far this is the sketchiest section we've seen so far. And we should have come down that side instead of we came down here. It's doable, but you just gotta take your time. If it wasn't snowy, it'd probably be a lot easier. All right, we made it. We made it down to the bottom. Well, there's a couple campsites down here. I made it across pretty sketchy. I should have rolled up my pants and put my feet in the water. Thankfully, these boots are still waterproof, and I'm wearing my sealskins. Panda is going across down here. Figure I dropped my pack at camp. Figure come down just in case she needs a hand getting across. Yeah, unfortunately, so is the trail. Said, unfortunately, so is the trail. This kind of ends right here.
Smaller right here.
Yeah. All right, let me put the camera away. Get down this.
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna go right into my hand.
So with a little doing, finally got Panda across. That was tricky. I didn't have a choice. I got this spot up here. I got onto the one rock and it was so slick I couldn't get a launch off of it to get back over to where I was. So I was kind of committed to coming across. Yeah, it's, I mean, you could go that way if you want, but that's really swampy. That's a route right there. It's actually not too bad. Way easier than what you just crossed. So we made it. Who would have thought that getting across that would have been the hardest part of the day? If it wasn't like in the 20s right now, it wouldn't be an issue. But we're here, and we'll get set up, getting our hammocks. I might try to get a fire going, but everything's pretty wet. What's that?
So much effort.
I know.
Just for a stream crossing.
So I mean, there's this site here. It's got this huge fire pit. I just put my pack at the one up by the trail. It's up to you. He did the harder crossing, so you choose.
I'm probably gonna do here.
Okay, let's go grab my pack, bring it over. All right.
There's more options.
Yeah. Yeah, hang where you want. I'll find a spot. All right, leave my poles there. Go get my pack, get set up, and then once I'm set up, I'll show you my my bizarre hammock setup I brought with me. Hopefully this doesn't bite me in the ass. I wasn't expecting it to be this cold. So, here's what it is though. That makes things a little easier, see? So, over between these trees, I had the hammock set up before, and it was too far. So, I broke down, brought it over here. I'm gonna blind Panda while I'm doing this. I got my monolite hammock set up. It's only 10 feet long, no bug net. I added the ridge line. And I've got my 10-degree quilt, under quilt, my 10-degree top quilt. And I've got my 50-degree utility quilt set up with some snaps at the foot end to wrap around. So it makes like a foot box. And then up here, about midway up, since it's only 55 inches long, I've got a draw cord that goes under me. And I'll hold this onto the top, so it creates like a little cocoon. I gotta get that end closed so snow stops blowing in. But that's my setup for the night. No porch mode, just pulled down and trying to keep the wind from blowing around too much. It's still snowing. I don't think it's coming through on the camera. Maybe a little bit. All right, that's gonna do it for day one. See you tomorrow.